These are the fishing grounds of West Africa. 20 years ago, catches were abundant and there was food for millions of people. Countries like Senegal, Mauritania, Sierra Leone and Guinea could export all they could catch. Now they're the hunting grounds of the world's largest and most modern fishing fleets. In one short visit to the Greenpeace ship, the Arctic Sunrise, we saw legal and illegal Chinese, Russian and Korean trawlers, as well as others from the Caribbean and Iceland. But the biggest fleet we found by far was the heavily subsidized European one, which takes hundreds of thousands of tons of fish a year to sell back to Africa and around the world. A quarter of all the fish caught today by Europe's boats now come from the waters of developing countries. All West Africa's fishing grounds are fully or overexploited. Yet here in Mauritanian waters, there are at least 50 giant factory trawlers. Each one can catch and process 250 tons of fish in a day.
This is the Cornelius Vrodig, which is a Dutch-owned ship and is registered in London. It is therefore one of Britain's largest trawlers. It's fishing these waters with the help of enormous subsidies from the British public. I've been trying on the telephone to try and find out what they are fishing for, where they're going to sell their fish, and what they are doing. Cornelius Vrodig, this is Arctic Sunrise. Do you hear me, please?
Arctic Sunrise, Cornelius Vrodig.
This is John Vidal from the Guardian newspaper in London, England. Can I ask you a few questions, please? Would you like to come and have some tea with us, please?
But the captain would not reply. So finally I called the owners in Surrey, and they told me that all its fish would go to Africa, but none to Mauritania. They said they were not catching the same species as the local fishermen and posed no threat to them at all. So we went to the ship, but we couldn't get aboard.
Well, we're here in the Atlantic off West Africa, and for the past week or so when we've been on the ship, we've seen loads of fishing vessels, basically from all over the world.
These are the very big ones.
They're huge factory vessels, the ones that can stay out at sea for a long time, process and freeze the catch on board, and actually be catching a heck of a lot of fish. And they're here on this kind of the border between the continental shelf and the deeper seas. And it's the same reason we're seeing dolphins and seabirds, because this is where the fish are.
But this fish is going to Africa. What's wrong with that?
Ah, well, who's telling you it's going to Africa? Because what's happening here is that the fish is being taken out of these waters and a heck of a lot is going somewhere else, particularly Asia. So it's not going back to Africa at all. It's actually taking away the very fish that the West African fishermen in Mauritania, Senegal and other places want to catch themselves.
All around West Africa, local fishermen are furious because catches are plummeting. They blame the foreign trawlers and illegal vessels who come close inshore. But they cannot compete with them. It takes 50 of their small boats 1 year to catch as much fish as the European trawlers can take in 1 day. If this goes on, I was told, there will be an ecological disaster out to sea. Then they will have to take up guns to protect their fishing grounds and will become pirates.
Ça peut avoir même une guerre civile au niveau du Sénégal. Parce qu'un Sénégalais qui n'arrive plus à manger, et tu vas trouver d'autres solutions. On peut être même des pirates avec ces bateaux. Tout peut se passer. Tout, je vous dis, tout peut se passer. Le Sénégal est un pays stable pendant des décennies, mais maintenant le Sénégal est très menacé parce qu'il y a les étrangers qui viennent piller nos ressources.
They warned that West Africa could become like Somalia, where pirates hold thousands of people to ransom every year, and it costs the West billions of dollars to police. The solutions are clear. There must be far better policing of the West African waters, but above all, the world must stop plundering Africa's fish.